Welcome to The Purpose-Driven Practitioner, the podcast where we delve into the dynamic intersection of practice, profitability, and purpose. I'm your host, Melissa Olson, a board-certified naturopathic doctor and business mentor. Join me as we unlock the secrets of creating unparalleled results for your clients while building a profitable business that aligns with your true purpose. Get ready to transform the way you approach your work and your life. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to The Purpose-Driven Practitioner. This is the podcast where we explore your purpose. Your purpose is to take care of people, right? We're all driven to do that, taking care of people. But in the process of taking care of people, we tend to build a community. And that's what I want to talk about today, is building your community. We did go through a little bit of that from the business perspective previously, but it's so important. It's so important for several reasons. One is we typically, as natural health practitioners, we tend to work on our own. Okay? And if we keep ourselves isolated, if we work on our own all the time, it can become boring. It can become overwhelming. It can become mundane. It just doesn't inspire us. So building that community with other like-minded practitioners is as important as building that community within your client base, right? It's important to build that community within your family, within your neighborhood, for yourself, right? So some of this community building is not necessarily about building your business. While that's a very, very important component of building your business, one of the largest reasons for building the community is for you. It's for your support. It's for taking care of you, so you don't feel like you're working alone all the time. You can get inspired by others. You can become motivated by others. Yeah, it's a huge deal. So, thank you for joining me today. I'm very excited that you're here. All right, let's get into it a little bit. The power of community involvement. So this is again back to that business, but not just from a business perspective. It's about you. So staying active in your community. And when I say community, I don't necessarily mean the town that you live in. You can have an online community. Many of us do. But there is something very, very important about participating in that community on a personal and a business level. It builds trust. It builds credibility. And it fosters a sense of belonging and purpose for you. And their connections, those connections with you and your community, whether that be in person or online, can really grow beyond client interactions. You actually can build friendships. And it's amazing. It's so amazingly important to have those friendships within your professional community as well. Whether those are other business leaders, whether those are other naturopaths, with other chiropractors, other natural health providers, it is important to build those interactions. You feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. It is so important for your well-being, for your self-esteem. It's just, I cannot tell you how beneficial that community can be. So there are lots and lots of ways that you can get involved. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the in-person first, and then we'll go to the online, because they both have amazing value. You can have both, but you need to start somewhere and foster one and then build the other. Okay, so let's talk about in-person first. You can become a part of networking groups. You can become a part of the Chamber of Commerce. If you have a physical location, join your Chamber of Commerce. Get to know the other business leaders within your community. They're going to have resources for building your business that you had never thought of. They're going to know the best accountant. They're going to know the best bookkeeper. They're going to know the best assistant or cleaning person, or right, that building that community. I love working with other community leaders. Even if they don't actually refer clients to me, it's about building credibility, building trust, feeling like you're a part of something. Okay. Now, the other side, how about the online business? What about starting your Facebook group? Now, that one is mostly you driven. Okay. I was hoping to build that community, which is more everyone contributes kind of thing. So join other people's communities. There are business building communities, there are personal communities. Just get involved in a group. And it just starts with one. It can be that easy. It just starts with one group that you start to participate in. We have a group with one of the companies, the product companies that I teach with, and it's an online group, but we talk all the time. We share anecdotes. We ask for advice. We talk to each other. We talk to each other through the group, but also individually outside of the group. And it really has fostered this really nice sense of community with the practitioners that are part of that group. Okay, it's really cool. Okay, now let's talk about networking. Networking is a little bit different than building that sense of community. That community is about belonging. It's about, right, that we talked about how it's about trust and it's about credibility and it's about, but there's a difference between building that personal community for your business to grow in and building that network of referrals. And we talked a lot about the network of referrals last time. But those involve people, other businesses that are more directly related to yours. So that bigger community, amazingly important, participation and belonging. But then that smaller community is about building your business and getting referrals. Okay, other practitioners, other peers, other related businesses, right? It's crazy how often a real estate agent refers to a natural health practitioner because they see all the new people coming to town. All right. They see all the new people moving and they get to know their clients very, very well. And part of what their clients ask them for is, where do I find a doctor? Where do I find a chiropractor? Where do I find a cleaning lady? Where do I find a grocery store? They're an amazing referral for their clients. So become part of their referral network. I have gotten more referrals from real estate agents than I can even tell you. How about networking events? Leverage networking events. While it's amazing to join one group and really just kind of stick with that group and really build those relationships and foster that business community, something like the Chamber of Commerce, but there's so many different business building networks. But sometimes if you need to expand your reach, it's very, very beneficial to join, and I don't mean join, how about visit other networking groups, other opportunities, other events, whether they're online platforms or whether they are farmers markets. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Use your bigger imagination when you're thinking about reaching out to whatever your community that you've chosen is. All right, so let's talk about competition. And I know for a lot of people that can be a really tricky thing. We're new in our business. Some of us we're unsure of our skills, our knowledge base. We feel very often that if I refer a client of mine to someone else, that person is going to take that client. And I want you to build your community. And that's part of those relationships is trust, knowing that your referrals out are not going to take them and they're going to send them back. And that is critical for that trust. But there's also competition. There are other people in your industry, in your neighborhood, in your towns that are doing something very similar to you. And while competition typically means, we think of it just in our brain as this head-to-head sort of beat each other up. There's only one winner. But I want you to think very, very differently about competition when it comes to this area. There are so many sick people. There are so many people that you can help that there is no competition. There is no competition. Find your niche. Find your confidence. Build your community. And then I encourage you to reach out to other practitioners that do exactly the same thing that you do. I have gotten referrals from other practitioners, and the reason is either they're too busy. That's amazing. I love that. They're not in the right geographic area. Super. I'm happy to fill that role. The third one is because you have niched yourself and really found your specialty, they're referring to that specialty. So there's lots of reasons why you want a relationship with your competitors, because they can refer to you just like I highly encourage you to refer to them for those same reasons. Maybe they specialize in something that you don't. Maybe they serve a geographic area that you don't. Or maybe you're just so busy that you don't have time to fit that new client in. And all of those are amazing reasons to refer out to other natural health practitioners that do exactly what you do. The other reason that I want you to really connect with competition, get to know them a little bit, is that you can share resources. You can share ideas. I have connected with so many naturopaths around Minnesota. Some of them never refer to me, but I get so many great ideas by watching what they're doing to build their business, by watching how they are developing their client relationships, by watching how they are developing their appointments, their treatment protocols. Make friends, and your competition will share with you just like I know that you will share with them, because all of us in this business, we have a big heart. That's why we're here. And we love to talk about this. We love to share our ideas about natural health. This is not one of those industries where we need to worry about corporate espionage or anything like that. We really want to get to know the people that are working in this job. I also work with many conventional, I'm a naturopath. I work with lots of conventional doctors. It's more on the functional side, but I do. I have an ER doc that refers to me once in a while. Lots and lots of nurses who refer to me, because nurses are amazing, and they, in their business practice, can't always say the things that they know to be true. So they'll often refer to someone like me because I can tell the client those things. And that nurse is really in it for that client's best interest. And that's super cool. I also work with a lot of functional medicine doctors because they run labs that I don't run. Okay, so I use the information that they provide to the client, their lab results, whether it's the Dutch hormone test or whether it's just a standard blood test. And the clients will bring all of that information to me to coordinate what they're finding. And it's amazing. And that wouldn't happen if I didn't have a relationship with those doctors. So competition is not really competition. That's just another opportunity to build your community and build your network. And I really encourage you to write down all of the people in your area that are doing the same thing or similar, right? None of us do exactly the same thing. Do something that's similar to you. Write down their names, reach out to them, navigate this area of competition with grace. It's my daughter's name, but I love the word too. Grace. Navigate it with grace, with understanding. Okay? You reach out, you help them, they will reach out and they will help you. Give what you want to receive. Right? There's another way to think about it. That cooperative mindset is so, so important. There's a naturopath that I work with all the time. She's a very good friend of mine by now because we've worked together for so many years. We go to conferences together. We've gotten our kids together before just to hang out and talk about what we're doing, how we're raising our families. We share business insights. She also has a specialty that I refer to all the time. She runs a thermography clinic as part of her practice. I don't, but I think that service is amazing, and I refer a lot of clients to her. Okay? But she lives in a very small town, so she refers a lot of clients to me because I serve that bigger, broader area. And it's been a really amazing relationship that we've built. So think of competition as just another community. All right, next topic. We're going to switch here a little bit. Let's talk about tracking your client results, because getting results for your client, we all want amazing results for our client. We all want to do our best job for our clients. And what that means is not only that our client is happy, but they're feeling better. And we all know that it takes time. Natural options are not a one pill and done. They're not that fast often. Sometimes they can be, but not often. They do take time because we're working on rebuilding the system. We're working on detoxification. We're working on things that do take time, sometimes months and months and months. But to be able to track your client's progress along the way, I think is a great way to keep that client engaged, keep yourself engaged so that you don't repeat protocols, you don't repeat what you've done in the past, but always evolving and moving forward with that client. And I find that one of the best ways for me to track client results is with a survey. All right. So every time they come in, they fill out a quick, like 1-page symptom survey. And it tracks the severity of their symptoms and the number of their symptoms. And sometimes we go through it just to acknowledge that there has been results. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes I just put it in their file and note that it's there, right? So that I can go back and say, okay, now we went from Mrs. Smith, we went from a 7 on this particular symptom, and now you're down to a 4. That's a 50% increase 50% reduction in symptoms. That's significant. How are you feeling about that? And one of the main reasons that I love to track client progress is because they forgot how yucky they felt. Okay? If they still have headaches, but the headaches are 50% better, that's huge in their life. But they forgot how bad they were. All they know is I still have headaches. So tracking the severity of their symptoms, I think, is a really important measure to show them that they're making progress, but to show you that you're making progress. Because often, and you've experienced this too, clients come in and they say, oh, I feel exactly the same as I did last time. Nothing changed. Well, you start talking to them about the details of it and you're like, oh, well, you were able to expand the variety of food that you eat by 5 items. That's big. Or you had fewer headache days, or you had less body pain. It might not be gone, but it's reduced by 20%. All of those things are really important for your client to recognize, but for you to recognize. Because if you can see that you're making progress with your clients, then you know that you're doing good things. And I know that we're not motivated by acknowledgments. We're not motivated by external factors like that. I want you to be internally motivated, internally driven to do a good job for the sake of doing a good job. But how do you know if you're doing a good job if you don't have some kind of feedback mechanism? Okay? The other things that I'm really going to encourage you when we're talking about tracking client results is different populations of clients. Okay? Do your female clients get better results than your male clients? Okay? Do your older population clients get better results or different results than your middle-aged clients? Those things are really important because they're going to help you in the long run develop better protocols for different groups of people. Do your digestive clients get better results than your headache clients? All of those things are really important. And I know that we have kind of anecdotal evidence of that in our head just because we know our clients. We know them very, very well. But there is something about having it on paper and being able to look through the results and saying, wow, last month, my child population did so much better. I wonder why that is. And can you identify why is that? And if you can take that, why did your children do so much better, and not just automatically attribute it to age, but maybe apply that to the next age group up. Apply that, whatever was different about the child group, to your young adult group. Okay? Maybe you only work with women over 50. That's common. Speaking as a woman over 50, it's awesome. It's really great that we have those kinds of things. But there's still differences within that homogeneous group of people. Okay, so even if your clientele you think is just sort of one type of person, there are variants within there. Do your body ache clients, your pain clients do better than your, right, asthma clients? I mean, it's just all variants, but find out. Track your results. This is something that I'm working on as well. I do have the client survey, and I'm happy to share that with you. If you would reach out to me on vibrantwellcare.net, I would be happy to share with you my client survey, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. But what I'm going for, bigger than the client survey, which is great, and I keep it in their folder and I can always refer back so we can see time after time after time that we have gotten progress for them. But I'm looking for those patterns, like we talked about, those patterns between groups, so that I can expand my success to other groups of people, helping more people better and faster. All right. Competition is another great way to get better results with your clients. Find out what your competition is doing, because now they're your friends, right? They're not your head-to-head competition. They're your friends. They're your colleagues. Colleagues share information because colleagues trust each other, because colleagues want each person to succeed. So ask your colleagues, what are they doing? How would they approach this? Do they have any ideas for you? You'd be amazed at how open and honest other colleagues will be when you approach them in the spirit of friendship, in the spirit of cooperation. So give that a try. All right. The last thing I want to reiterate is finding harmony within your community. Okay? It is very, very easy to feel scattered because we have so many different types of communities. We have our business community, we have our personal community, we have our professional community, we have our client community. How about creating a Facebook group just for your clients where they can chat with each other and get resources and get help and assistance? It's fantastic. You can post little tidbits in there. Part of my mentorship program is building those types of things and how to coordinate all of your different areas of community, and also taking care of you, finding that balance where you can take care of you. Where's your community for you? Not just for your business, your community for you, your support, your healthcare providers, your friends, your connections. Those are equally important. So I don't want you to forget about taking care of yourself in all of this. In the next episode, we are going to talk about taking care of you. As part of my mentorship program, that is, I have 3 pillars. One is your business, one is your profitability and your clients, and one is you, your purpose. I call it your purpose, but it really is about taking care of you and managing your health. So we talked a lot about community today. We talked a lot about competition, and we talked about coordinating those and approaching all of those communities with a sense of friendship and support and give what you want to receive. If you want to receive referrals, you need to give referrals. If you want to receive information, you need to give information. If you want to receive the handout, the reach out, the touch base, the hello, how you doing, you need to give those things as well. And I know that you can. Building trust, building camaraderie, and building credibility within all of your different communities. This is a big investment, right? Building this business on your own is a very big investment. And maybe you're not doing it on your own. Maybe you've got a couple of people that you're working with, but you're still building a business from scratch for the most part. And it can be exhausting, and it can be frustrating, and it can be confusing. And if you have that community in place, you will navigate it so much more smoothly, easily, and effortlessly than you ever thought. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Purpose Driven Practitioner. I will see you next time for our last episode. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, I would love, love, love to hear them. Reach out to me at vibrantwellcare@gmail.com. You can always visit my website and look at the mastermind. This is my program, Building Your Business, Taking Care of You, the Purpose-Driven Practitioner. I'll hope to see you soon. Bye. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Purpose-Driven Practitioner. I hope our discussion has ignited fresh perspectives and actionable insights within you. As you continue your journey towards a purposeful and prosperous practice, remember that your potential knows no bounds. I invite you to visit my website at vibrantwellcare.net, where you can sign up for your free discovery call. Find out how I can personally assist you in realizing your aspirations and maximizing your client impact. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes. And until then, keep thriving and keep embracing your power of purpose.